Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm going to talk about my scariest experience with the paranormal. Um, it began in 2001, and my husband and I had moved into an older home in Susanville, California. I was about 8 months pregnant at the time that we moved in, and I 2 months later, I went into labor and I had to have an emergency C-section. And after that, I had a really, really, really bad infection. And I believe now that I was close to dying. And this infection was really bad. I had to have a home health nurse come out and administer IV antibiotics once a day for, I would say, probably about 2 weeks. But about 4 days or so after coming home from the hospital, I was still pretty sick. And my husband was in the shower, and the baby was in the crib in his bedroom, and I was asleep in my room. And I started waking up. I woke up and I opened my eyes, and in the corner of the bedroom is a man dressed in olden day clothes. I would say probably about 1800s or so. Maybe older than that. I'm not really good at, looking at clothes and knowing what, time period they come from. But, so anyways, I'm looking at this man and I'm like totally scared. I'm like petrified, and then all of a sudden he's decapitated, like right in front of me. It was insane. It was just like, his head is just gone, and I couldn't see what took his head off or anything. It was just, like watching somebody get decapitated right in front of you. It was terrifying. And I started screaming, and, of course my husband comes in, thinking something's wrong, and there's nothing there. I can't see anything anymore. And so that was, the scariest experience. Just a little side note on that story is we found out later on that the tenants, that the landlord could not keep anybody in the home. That, people just kept leaving after like a month or two. And that's pretty much, I stayed in for like 3 months. And then when I felt well enough to move, we ended up moving. And so I'm not sure if that has, stuff like that has anything to do with why people wouldn't stay in the home. But I just thought that was, kind of interesting. But I also wanted to include an experience that, was completely validated for me. In our current home, I had been hearing some running in the hallway, and it was just me who heard it at first. But then one night, when I got up, my youngest had woken up because his legs were hurting, and then my oldest woke up. I don't even know why he woke up, but they were both awake, and I got them, what they needed, and I settled them back in, and I go into the bathroom and I close the door. And all of a sudden, when I close the door, I hear this running past the hallway, and I'm ready to get up and, go yell at the kids and, for running in the hallway in the middle of the night. And, I open the door and they're like, "Oh, mom, did you hear it? Did you hear it?" And I was like, "What, the running in the hallway?" And they're like, "Yeah, we heard the ghost. And so, that was pretty cool to, get an experience, validated by, my family. And so, I wasn't the only one who's experienced things in this house. And so anyways, that is it. Thank you.